There was a bit less than 10,000 linear feet of World Trade Center steel. Fire trucks, police cars. They were in this large airport hangar. And communities from across the world had applied for pieces of World Trade Center steel. And Governor Christie and Lieutenant Governor Guadagno made it a priority of the Port Authority that we bring pieces of World Trade Center steel to communities all across New Jersey, across New York, and across the world. And today, there are pieces of World Trade Center steel in all 50 states, all 21 counties of New Jersey, all 5 boroughs of New York, 7, soon to be 8 foreign countries, military bases, the USS New York. And I've had the good fortune over the 4 years I've been here of doing probably close to 200 different 9/11 steel dedications, from big pieces of steel to very small. And no matter where I go, people want to come and they want to see that steel. They want to touch the steel. And so that's the project the Port Authority built, that Donald conceived of. That the steel couldn't go to a commercial operation, couldn't go to a store somewhere, and it wasn't just going to be for that 9/11 museum that we are conducting at the World Trade Center site. Because 9/11 happened in all of our living rooms, and it happened in all of our offices, and it happened in all of our cars, no matter where we were. And we wanted to build a program we have that allows people in Atlantic County, in Mercer County, where I'm from, in Tucson, Arizona, in Waukegan, Ohio, and County Waterford, Ireland, to be able to touch a piece of steel. Because I guarantee you, if you come up here, Mayor, I guarantee you, if you go over to the high school today, school started today, right? Yep. Last week, today? And you get the #1 chemistry student at Egg Harbor Township High School. And you bring that chemistry student over here with their chemistry set. And they come over to this piece of steel, and they test it. I guarantee you it is steel. But for the Port Authority, it's a whole lot more than that. See, on September 11th, we didn't just lose our home. We lost 84 Port Authority employees who didn't get to go to their home. When the towers came down, along with nearly 3,000 souls who never got to come home and coach another Little League game, never got to walk their daughter down the aisle or see their kids graduate from college, never got to fall in love or marry, or they showed up at work at 8 o'clock in the morning on a day just like this, in a weather just like this. They didn't come home. And their souls were joined by 37 Port Authority police officers, the single largest loss of police life at one time in American history. They were joined by 343 New York City Fire Department. And today we're joined by our firefighters who each and every day, doesn't have to be a 105-story building, it could be a home in Margate, airport, put their lives on the line. Those 343 people didn't come home. And people from the FBI and the New York City Police Department and law enforcement agencies and just families all across the world, in New York, in New Jersey, didn't come home. When you come up to the National 9/11 Memorial in Lower Manhattan, and Sam, folks here at ACY were up there just a few weeks ago, you can stand there and you can see the memorial with the pools of water around which are the names of the victims of September 11th in New York, and at the Pentagon, and at the field in Pennsylvania, and the first World Trade Center tunnel, on bronze, surrounded by trees. But we're very fortunate here. We can get to New York. But when people come here to fly from Atlantic City Airport, when people come here to come to work, when my colleagues from TSA come to work, when my folks, my colleagues at SJTA come to work, every day, they're going to walk past a piece of what we lost. And it's more than just a symbol. Because 12 years ago this Wednesday, 3,000 people didn't come home. People that Donald, Robert, and I didn't get to work with. And even though 12 years have gone, the pain of what we lost that day is still with us. And it must be. And that's why these memorials are so important. We must remember the people that we lost, the colleagues who didn't come home, the police officers who got up that morning and put on their badge to go to work like they do every other day, the firefighters who got the call and went into a building that was coming down, firefighters who went into the North Tower after they saw the South Tower fall and went in. FAA and TSA employees all across the country, knowing what was happening at Newark, knowing what was happening at Logan, knowing what was happening at Dulles, landing millions of people safely, but yet knowing people were never going to come home. So, on behalf of the Port Authority, I want to thank you, Sam, and our colleagues at the SJTA for putting this memorial here. This allows those of us at the Port Authority who will weep on Wednesday for those who didn't come home to know that our partners here at Atlantic City Airport also have a piece of our first home at the World Trade Center. And as part of that memory, we have had, where's Kristen? Sam, if you could do me a favor. This American flag I had flown over the rebuilt World Trade Center site just the other day on behalf of Atlantic City International Airport. Governor Christie began a program of flying these flags for important moments. And on behalf of our governor and the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, Sam, if you would accept this World Trade Center flag